Hi, I'm Keith Lisinski with the Petzl Technical Institute. In this video, we'll cover how to use your Petzl ZIGZAG in a few basic partner rescue applications. Before we get started, remember that doing a thorough hazard analysis is a crucial part of any work at height operation, and tree care is no different. When something goes wrong and your coworker becomes incapacitated, the hazard analysis is even more important. We won't be addressing any of the hazards present in a tree care environment. Instead, we'll be focusing purely on how to operate your ZIGZAG mechanical prusik in a rescue application. As with all Petzl products, be sure to seek proper training on your ZIGZAG from a qualified instructor before use. We'll be looking at two different techniques for using the ZIGZAG in a rescue. First, we'll look at the scenario where the rescuer and the victim stay on independent systems throughout the rescue. Then, we'll look at the scenario where the rescuer and the victim do an accompanied descent together on a single ZIGZAG. We'll start by looking at the technique where the rescuer operates the victim's ZIGZAG. To use this technique, you must ensure that the victim's system is in good condition and that his rope is long enough for the descent. For this scenario, we'll use the rescuer's lanyard, in this case the Xeon, to operate the victim's ZIGZAG. We'll simply tie a knot in the end of the lanyard around the victim's rope above his ZIGZAG. Note that with a traditional friction hitch system for the victim, it's commonplace to use a pulley on the victim's rope above their friction hitch. However, with the ZIGZAG, we don't want to place a pulley on the rope above the ZIGZAG because it can jam the release lever, causing the victim to fall. Once our lanyard's in place, we can adjust the length and remove slack. Now the rescuer can use one hand to control both brake strands, while his other hand controls his own ZIGZAG. Once the rescuer begins the descent, his lanyard will operate the victim's ZIGZAG. Now, let's look at the technique where the rescuer performs a two-person accompanied descent using only one ZIGZAG. Before we show this technique, remember that the ZIGZAG was designed for only a single user with a weight of up to 140 kilograms or about 310 pounds. That weight limit applies whether it's the ZIGZAG on a doubled rope or the ZIGZAG and chicane on a single rope. However, in the exceptional event of a rescue, most notably if the victim's system is damaged, the rescuer may choose to do a two-person descent on one ZIGZAG. In this scenario, Petzl requires three safety precautions. First, you must use extra friction on the brake side of the rope. Second, the rescuer must wear gloves. And third, the rescuer must maintain a brake hand on the rope at all times while operating the ZIGZAG. Let's see this procedure in action. First, I use the ring open to create extra friction on the brake side of the rope. Push a bight of rope through the ring and connect it to your harness with a carabiner. Next, I'll connect the victim's bridge to my ZIGZAG carabiner using a separate carabiner. With the victim connected to my bridge, I can lower his system and transfer his weight onto my ZIGZAG. With the victim disconnected from his system, I can use my brake hand below the extra friction to operate my ZIGZAG for the descent. These are just a few tips on using the ZIGZAG to perform a rescue. As always, for more information, visit petzl.com.